Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining today. DC TechNet is your own channel, so do like, share and subscribe. It will not take more than 2 seconds to click on the subscribe button. So let's see what we have today. So today we will continue our Active Directory interview questions session, and today it will be the second part of our 5-part series, and again we'll take up 5 questions, and these questions will be based on say basics to advanced, and we are focusing on say taking up 25 pure questions only on Active Directory, no group policy, no DNS, nothing, only on Active Directory. So if you want to know more about Active Directory, we have a complete playlist of 15 say deep dive sessions on only on Active Directory, which will definitely make sure that your fundamentals or your concepts of Active Directory are clear. So let's go ahead. Question number 6. Name the group types in Active Directory. So the answer is, so we have 2 types of groups in Active Directory: security group and distribution group. Here is the picture. So we have 2 types, security and distribution. So most of the people answer as domain, local, global and universal. So these are not types of groups, these are group scopes. So remember, whenever you have been asked that name the types of groups, there are only 2 types, security and distribution. Never say domain, local, global and universal. These are group scopes. Question number 7. What is a global catalog in Active Directory? Common question. So the answer, now the global catalog is the index of the entire Active Directory forest. This global catalog always resides on a domain controller. It cannot be on a member server or any standalone server or even a workstation. This global catalog always resides on a domain controller, and any domain controller which holds this global catalog is also called as a global catalog server. Now the technical answer is, a global catalog server is a domain controller that holds complete information of all the objects in its own domain and partial information of all the objects in the entire forest. So if someone asks you what is a global catalog, this is the right answer. A global catalog is a domain controller that holds complete information of all the objects in its own domain and partial information of all the objects in the entire forest. That's the reason it's called as an index of the entire forest. So you can say twist your answer. Let's move on to question number 8. What is an Active Directory forest? Common question again. Answer. So an Active Directory forest is the highest level of organization within Active Directory. But the technical answer is, an Active Directory forest is a collection of domains that shares single schema, single configuration partition and a single global catalog. So that's the correct answer. If anyone asks you what is an Active Directory forest, so it's a collection of domains which shares single schema, single configuration partition and a single global catalog. Question number 9. Name Active Directory logical partitions. Very common question again. So the answer is, so we have schema partition, configuration partition, domain partition, and last but not the least, we have application partition. So the schema partition defines the rules for creating objects. Configuration partition have the information about the Active Directory structure. For example, how many domains, how many sites. Domain partition will have, say, information about that particular specific domains and the objects. And the application partition will hold if you have integrated any application along with Active Directory, such as your DNS. So the schema partition and the configuration partition are forest-wide partition. Domain partition will definitely, it's a domain-wide partition, and the application partition is configurable, so it's not a mandatory partition. So these 4 partitions are also called as Active Directory replication partitions. So in some interviews, the interviewer may ask you, name Active Directory replication partitions. So the answer is the same. So this is our Active Directory database file, ntds.dit. So this is a physical file present in every domain controller, and this file is logically divided in these 4 partitions. Question number 10. What is Active Directory metadata cleanup and when to perform it? Again, very basic and common question asked in most of the interviews. The answer is, Active Directory metadata cleanup is a process of erasing dead objects from Active Directory that cannot be removed by standard means. So if you are not able to remove any object by standard means, we have to perform, say, a task called as Active Directory metadata cleanup. So when to perform it? We perform Active Directory metadata cleanup to erase, say, dead domain controllers or, say, dead domains in our forest and domains. So if a domain controller is dead, we are not able to, say, gracefully uninstall Active Directory, we need to perform Active Directory metadata cleanup. So whatever we have covered, say, in this interview series, everything is covered in our Active Directory playlist. So let's run down the summary. So we have covered 5 questions again: types of groups, global catalog, what is a forest, Active Directory replication partitions, and Active Directory metadata cleanup. So hope you have enjoyed today's session. Thank you for joining. And if you feel this channel is helping you to learn anything new, do like, share, and subscribe the channel, and enjoy your day.